Friday the 18th, the FBLA members went to Kirksville Votech for FBLA District Contest. Jay Scudder, Nick Thomas, and Meredith Thomas all qualified for FBLA State for Brashear.
On Wednesday, NHS had their annual inductions for new members. This year's new members were Wendy Clarkson, Shelby Salter, Nick Gordon, Rose Cloud, Sydney DeBee, Olivia Thompson, Hayden Hausman, Caitlin Guffey, and Courtney Moncrief. After all new members were inducted, all the members and their parents went down to the library for cake and punch.
Last Friday, Brashear traveled to Novinger for a pair of conference basketball games. In the girls' game, the Brashear Lady Tigers got off to a quick start, taking an 8-2 lead before Novinger came storming back to take an 11-10 lead at the end of the first quarter. Brashear retook the lead 14-11 in the second quarter, only to see Novinger rally to take a 21-14 lead at halftime. The second half was all Brashear as the Lady Tigers pulled ahead 29-24 after 3 quarters and won 46-34. Sydney Slavin led Brashear scorings with 14 points, Meredith Thomas had 12, Stephanie Elsie had 10, Shelby Salter added 6, and Abby McKim scored 4 points. In the boys' game, the Tigers also enjoyed an early 5-2 lead before Novinger bounced back to a 12-5 at the end of the first quarter. The two teams each scored 16 points in the second to leave Novinger up 28-21 at halftime. Novinger had a big third quarter, extending their lead to 46-27 before Brashear started a comeback in the fourth. The Tigers rallied to shave Novinger's lead 52-40 with 5 minutes left, but Novinger sank 14 free throws in the fourth quarter for their 68-43 homecoming win. Cody Snelling scored 14 points for Brashear, Hayden Hausman added 13, Adam Songer had 7, Jay Scudder had 4, Nick Thomas had 3, and Joseph Woods scored 2 points.
Knox County visited Brashear Saturday afternoon for a pair of makeup games due to earlier bad weather. In the girls' game, both teams played tough defense in the first quarter with Knox County scoring 9 points and Brashear scoring 4. The Lady Eagles got their scoring on track in the second quarter and extended their lead to 25-8 in the halftime. Brashear almost matched the Lady Eagles bucket for bucket in the third and trailed 39-20 after third quarter before Knox County cruised to a 54-27 win. For Brashear, Meredith Thomas scored 10 points, Shelby Salter had 6, Abby McKim had 5, Stephanie Elsie had 4, and Sydney Slavin scored 2 points.
In the boys' game, Brashear took the early lead, but Knox County forced numerous turnovers to take a 14-11 lead after one quarter and a 43-24 lead at halftime. Knox County maintained their lead in the second half and won 72-52. For Brashear, Taryn Treasure had 12 points, Zach Reeves had 10, Hayden Hausman had 9, Joseph Woods and Jay Scudder scored 6 each, Nick Thomas had 5, and Adam Songer and Joe Clarkson had 2 points each.
On Tuesday night, the Brashear Tigers traveled to Marion County. For at least a short while, the Brashear Lady Tigers managed to avoid the inevitable as they trailed Marion County by only 10-4 midway through the first quarter. The Lady Tigers showed why they are ranked 4th in state from that point on, exploding out to a 29-6 lead after one quarter. Marion County extended the lead to 50-10 at the half and 63-18 after 3 quarters on their way to a 69-19 win. Meredith Thomas scored 11 points for Brashear, Stephanie Elsie added 5, Shelby Salter had 2, and Sydney Slavin scored 1 point. The boys' game was a defensive battle early, with Marion County holding a 10-4 lead after one quarter and an 18-12 lead at halftime. While Brashear was successful in denying Marion County's offense in the first half, the Tigers were turned over time after time by Marion County's press, leading to few scoring opportunities for Brashear. After the half, Marion County kept up the defensive pressure, forcing more Brashear turnovers. They also started getting some open looks and took a 34-13 lead after 3 quarters, holding Brashear to a single free throw. Brashear broke their scoring drought in the fourth but couldn't close the gap, and Marion County won by a final score of 51-27. For Brashear, Hayden Hausman scored 7 points, Joe Clarkson had 6, Nick Thomas had 5, Jay Scudder had 4, Joseph Woods and Jeremy Barnes had 2 each, and Zach Reeves scored 1 point.